We've been lost for days. Our ship, the toughest vessel, was broken, snapped in half like a twig by a giant beast from the depths of the ink ocean. We're starving, exhausted, short on supplies, enthusiasm, and morale. Despite the odds, we never gave up. You gotta admit, that's the one thing all sailors are good at.
The following episode of the Ink Ocean podcast was recorded several months prior to episode 2. This episode was intended to be a test recording, but here we are. Enjoy.
You can just kind of blend into it, and then, hey, welcome to Ink Ocean.
Ahoy. This is gonna be so fucking awkward.
It's fine. It's
already gone, man. Okay.
Alright, so this is the Ink Ocean where we're going to be talking about a bunch of art shit that we like. And it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good fun time, right, Matey?
I was about to say howdy, Captain.
Why didn't you?
Ahoy.
Ahoy, matey.
I'm a Texas cowboy. I'm a Texas sailor. I swear I speak English.
What does a clown cowboy say? Yeehaw.
A clown boy.
A clown boy.
A clown boy says, this town is big enough for me and you and 64 other clown boys.
Let's not squeeze them all in there. Too much pain for the clown boys. All right.
Clown boys.
I'm Corbin.
Oh, hi, I'm Matey.
All right. So as you can tell,
do you want to say like what we do?
We should probably say what we do. That might help a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm Corbin. I'm a independent artist who's working on a comic book series currently, and I'm also developing. I'm developing the idea for a company that I want to build in the future that supports individual artists and independent artists and gives them a way to rise and make money at a young age. So that's what I want to do.
Snaps for Corbin. That sounds really cool.
Very.
I was just gonna say, hi, I'm Matey. I'm a student. I go to college. I'm an English major and I write books and I draw some shit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just sometimes.
Yeah, only sometimes. It's like,
yeah, no.
No, I draw. I'm an artist. A self-proclaimed artist. Yeah.
So what accounts do you have? What plugs do you want to plug right now?
Follow me on Tumblr.
At
Mellow Jello-chan. It's all one word and all lower caps. So
Mellow Jello-chan.
Mellow Jello.
All right, and you can follow me at Twitter at Corbin is alive, or on Instagram at Corbin is alive, and you can also follow my art page on Instagram at official.wick. For comic book updates and stuff like that. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're gonna start on a little bit of the elephant in the room, the no one who's here.
Elephant in the room.
Why is he here? Why is there an elephant in here?
Because there's a third person that we're gonna be recording with. Her name's
Maya.
I was gonna say Snuffleblups. Like, we're not gonna give her a name until Snuffles. No, her name's Maya.
Where are my testicles, Summer?
No, her name's Maya. She's supposed to join us, so next time we record,
hopefully, we'll see.
Dear God,
Maya,
if we get a schedule.
We'll never get a schedule.
No.
Okay, so we're just gonna keep this one short. This is like an episode 0, a test to feel the feels of what's going on right now.
I'll tell you after. I'll remember because I can see it. So.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
All right, so we're gonna speak about art styles. Matey, would you like to go first?
Alrighty then. So, if any of you guys like to watch YouTube and you watch Bailey J. Bailey J is a YouTuber on YouTube. Duh, fucking shit. She's a really cool YouTuber, and she's I don't know, I love her art style. I loved watching a lot of her stuff, and I was like, wow, I want to draw like her one day. And then like eventually I was like, I can't do that. And then there's another YouTuber called Juicy Ink. Oh my god, she works a lot with both of these artists work a lot with Copics and brush pens.
I love Copic and brush pens. Oh my god.
Girl. Yes, me too. Anyway, so I was really influenced by them. Their art styles are so beautiful, and like Juicy Inks is very soft and like, I don't know, like almost like fog-like or like cloud-like. It's really pretty. I don't know how else to describe it. And then Bailey J is like really like I don't know, solid and graphic. They're both really different styles, and I love them both.
So it's like heavy. It's like
heavy and light and
outlines.
combined is like what my kind of aesthetic is.
Yeah.
So yeah, what about you?
Okay, so when it comes to art styles and influences, I started at a young age on Newgrounds. I don't know if... What? What's the big deal?
I didn't expect Newgrounds.
Newgrounds? Yeah, Newgrounds was my shit, dude. I got my start on there like at 13. I watched stuff like Super Nintendo, and then I eventually moved on to watching individual artists like Egoraptor, Spaz Kid, people like that, Psychic Pebbles, and I tried to draw like them. I tried to draw like weird, gross, disfigured human, because that's just what they could do. But, after a decade of messing around with human styles, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it the way they could. But I could draw some really gross shit. So I started to do monsters, and that's...
Some gross, nasty shit.
Yeah, some gross, nasty shit. I started to do monsters after I followed Sabtastic.
A real dirty boy.
A real nasty monster boy.
Scrappy boy.
So I followed this wonderful, beautiful, amazing artist, Sabtastic. I love her. She's my favorite. And she makes all kinds of demon girls, all kinds of monster girls, and I fell in love with it, the concept of drawing monsters or people monster thingies, and that's kind of where I am now. I draw a lot of weird, goofy monster shit. Thank you, Sab.
So then, I guess we can talk about like what kind of mediums we use, like traditional versus digital, or like, I don't know. Do you want to start it off?
Yeah, I can. So, as we all do, we all started with traditional. We all picked up a pencil and drew on a crappy piece of... Sorry, we picked up a crayon, a broken crayon with... the paper's like way too high, so you kind of have to break it off, but you pull it down too low and it annoys you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. We started off with that, and we started off on a piece of construction paper that was vaguely the same color, so it didn't pop out very well. And then we drew a giant circle with a nose, a smiley face, and a bunch of fingers connected straight to the body.
Well, I don't think I started out like that.
How did you start?
I actually have no clue what the hell I drew first, but I found some old...
Wieners.
No, I found some really, really old artwork from like... How old was I in second grade? I was 7. So this was before that, in kindergarten. So I was 5. And I found this horse that I drew, and holy shit, man, looking back on it, and I'm like, how did I think this was good? Because I remember I came home and I was like, Mom, look at this, man, it's a horse! And here's the thing, this horse is like magenta outlined, filled with navy blue, and then there's some like highlighter yellow as like spots, like quote unquote spots,
right?
Because I was like, I love spotted horses. And then like its leg was like its hoof was like 4 inches at the widest point, and then like where it connects to the hip, it was just a triangle. It just pointed, and it was bad. But and also because the horse was running, quote unquote, running
it was
across
running.
the page, and so I had to.
That motion.
I felt that like people wouldn't understand it was running unless I drew the wind
right,
in maroon paint. It's so bad.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
It's so bad, but thank God my mom, she's artistic too, and she was like, it's beautiful, baby. And I'm like, thanks, Mom. And so from like there on, I was like, I'm gonna be an artist one day,
just like my mother,
just like my mom. And so then like here I am, and I can actually draw like horses without like painting the wind.
Of course. No, you've gotten better at the motion lines. You've gotten
the
better
ultimate
at the...
draw again challenge.
Oh no, I should do that.
That'd be really fun. I did one the other day.
I drew a whale like weeks ago.
Whale.
But like, no, I mean, sorry, I drew a whale when I was like 5, and I redrew it recently. It's really good. But I should do more stuff like that. Stop being gross over there, Marty. Oh my god.
Let me just drink my freaking tea.
Your
chai latte.
Tazo tea.
My Tazo chai latte.
Tazo sponsor.
Starbucks sponsor us.
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship,
please. Sponsorships were meant to fly.
That's horrible. Okay, well, I was gonna say like I draw like mostly I only draw traditional. I don't have the background or like the knowledge on how to draw digitally.
But it's easy.
I ain't got fucking money to buy no goddamn tablet.
You're
My
right.
computer is broken as hell.
You're right. If you don't have the means, don't worry about it because digital art isn't all it's hyped up to be. It's all about like being able to adapt to like starting on digital art. When I transferred over from like paper to actually doing stuff on the computer, it's such a big adjustment. It's like a big shock. Like imagine going to like somewhere else in the world
Your
and
ground
then
zero.
yeah, it's like oh my god, like what's going on? You lose sight of everything. What worked on paper does not work on digital art, and it takes it. That's very nice, Matey.
Thank you.
It takes more than oh my god. It takes more than oh my god. It takes more than just what you know to start doing digital work. You kind of got to just adapt to not only the tablet, but also the program that you're using. Every program works differently. You invent your own brushes, your own sensitivity, your own how all that works. And it's... You got anything else to add? Look at that bird.
Ooh.
Look at those birds.
Babies. Bye-bye.
He's really big.
Oh, a big boy. Look, they're hiding.
Big pigeon boy.
A big boy, rowdy boy.
So sorry. My God, where was I?
Talking about how hard it is to control, like, to learn a program and a tablet.
Yeah, digital art sucks. It's so hard to do. It's the worst. I hate it. Never do it. Just kidding. If you have the means to do it, go ahead and give it a try. But
desire to.
yeah, don't expect to be a god at it. It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah. So you moved back to traditional.
I moved back to traditional after a little bit. I decided, you know what?
Fuck it.
I like using pencil and Copics. It's nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So is that what you mostly use, pencil and Copics?
Yeah. Now, especially for developing my story, which we'll get to in a little bit, I use primarily just those.
Primarily.
Jamie.
Jamie. Fuck, man. Yeah. I work with a lot of traditional stuff. I like acrylic paint. Acrylic paint is fun, but for like stories and stuff,
yeah.
I sketch in pencil, either letter colored, and then I ink with like a brush pen, or I really like what are they called? Let me see.
Let me reach into my bag of art.
my pencil bag. Sponsors, Pigma Microns. I really like working with Pigma Microns, and like their brush pen that comes with the set is really nice too.
Yeah, actually my parents got me that one for like a birthday a while back, and it's really good.
Spawn. Pencil. The Pentel Pocket Brush Pen is the goddamn shit. If you think you might like brush pens, save up the money to get one.
Let me see.
Really, I don't have mine with me.
Oh,
today.
you don't have it with you. Dang it.
It's that like nice. I leave it at home.
Oh, okay. It's like special. It's in a
special.
secret drawer, hidden under like a couple books.
Yeah, it might be. With all the refills I bought. When I wrote a book, which we'll talk about later, but I literally used like 3 refills to ink the whole thing.
Oh man, that was pretty. Well, I can't wait to talk about that. I really can't.
And I use like watercolors and Copics. I have like 14 colors now, but like one of them is almost dead, and I'm like, I used you for like 6 months, man. I'm sorry that
it's
you
like
were
losing a part of yourself, right?
Like you were my favorite color and you're dying, and it's so sad, and you were so expensive, and I'm like,
like losing a good old family member.
Losing a child.
Oh no.
Or like a loved one.
I was gonna say you painted this really beautiful piece with ballerinas on it in different lighting and different colors.
Oh yeah.
What did you use for that piece?
I painted. Yeah, it was 6 different positions from the Swan Lake Ballet, and I used watercolor and Prismacolor color pencils. Spawn. Sponsor us, please. Send us stuff. Lol.
More art.
Get more art supplies, right? No.
Begging you.
But honestly, a lot of people talk about how like Prismacolors and like polychromos, like color pencils or whatever.
I'm sorry.
Prismacolors versus polychromos or whatever, but
right.
As a student, Prismacolors are great. I got like a pack of them from like a local grocery store for like $12 for 12 colors.
Yeah, Prisma's super cheap, and it blends really nice, and it's...
And like I don't like to layer a lot with colored pencil, which is totally not how you're supposed to use them, but like whatever. I'll use them the way I want. But I don't have to worry about wax bloom because I'm not doing like 60 billion layers. So that's always really good. I don't know. For a student, and if you like colored pencils, Prismacolors are nice. Also, Crayola. Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, nothing at all. I
Crayola is great.
used Crayola last Inktober 2016 to draw a piece with JoJo and Danny from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Shut up. Yeah, that was my favorite piece, I think, of that little session. Aside from the hey, we both did it! Yay!
It's even.
I'm Pickle Rourke. Did you hear about that Szechuan bullshit that went on?
Szechuan sauce.
Oh my god!
It's literally just sweet and sour sauce mixed with teriyaki.
It's Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A. Like, you can get it at Chick-fil-A.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's the same thing.
Now they're gonna storm Chick-fil-A.
They do already. Bring it on. Okay.
Hulk smash.
You're so insightful. You're like the new Gandhi of this generation.
Let me smash.
Let me smash.
Let me smash. Becky,
please.
Ben's a hoe.
Do you like sticks?
But you love sticks.
Purple, no. Yellow.
Blue. You want some blue?
That's my favorite.
No? You want
I
some
love
yellow?
birds.
You want some tail? Your tail is small. What? Sliggity swooty. We're so off topic.
Right. What was it? Individual shit, yeah?
Yeah.
The stuff we work on in our private lives.
Yeah, we could talk about, like,
Just
no,
like,
our individual style. Our individual style.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Right.
Describe your style because they don't have a visual.
My style's some fucking shit. No, my style is big and round and bouncy. I used to do. I used to do generally sharper designs. I loved characters like really like I did creepypasta shit. So I drew like Slenderman and I drew
creepypasta.
Yeah, it was edgelord McCreepypasta McAnime dude. I drew anime characters with the super sharp faces and big ass hands, and then I did
yaoi hands.
Yeah, I did big old yaoi hands, and then I did Slenderman guys, and I did all kinds of dumb fan art that I'm ashamed of, and I started. I don't know what spurred me to do it, but I went to Bouncy this past year, the big circly bouncy goofy stuff. And I'm really enjoying it so far. It's working nice for my comic, which, again, we'll get to in just a little bit. But it's...
I'm going to draw a shitty hentai lady.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see the results. So, what was I saying? Got me off topic with your hentai lady.
No, like, bouncy house?
Bouncy house. No, bouncy styles. So, thank you. I appreciate that you're listening. No, okay, so I hated that I drew such like rigid, solid, gross, nasty figures, and I was like, I need to do something more comfortable, something more friendly, something more fun, because I wasn't even having a good time with my art. I was just like, I'm just trying to imitate other people's styles and stuff like that. So I started just generally rounding out characters. I gave them big, dark eyes, usually soulless and empty, but it's nice because...
I was going to say same, except for the soulless eyes.
No, yeah, big, round, bouncy, dark, soulless eyes with nothing going on in there. And... you can't see it right now, but she's drawing a hentai lady, and the stance is... incredible.
Senpai, when can I draw hentai like you?
No.
It's okay, not all of us are cut out for hentai.
No, not everyone. Oh my gosh. I have some stories to tell. We'll talk about this later.
I'm literally just recreating some shit I saw on Tumblr.
Oh my god.
Except, like, she has clothes on.
Except, yes, appropriate.
Appropriate, because this is actually my school notebook.
Dude, I don't care. I draw, like, big old in my school notebook. Whatever. Who cares? It's mine. So anyways... big bouncy, big bouncy, big bouncy, big bouncy, 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 blah blah blah, bouncy. And what about you? What kind of styles do you go for?
I got one arm done in the time it took you to finish talking. Okay, cool. So, I have no idea how to describe my style. Have you ever seen, like, actually, give me my sketchbook. I need to, like, look at visual references to see what the hell
cross-reference what you're talking about.
What the fuck I'm talking about. Like, I don't know how to describe my style, man. Like, I go from, like, decent fan art to like shitty fan art.
Oh, that's your range.
That's my range. Like, I can draw really good semi-realistic stuff. Like, I used to be super good at like mimicking anime styles.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I remember that.
I used to be really good at mimicking.
You drew this one Inuyasha piece, and I was like dying.
Yeah,
It was so good.
I used to be really good at mimicking styles, and then like my junior year of high school, I realized, yo, that's not good. And then I was like, I need to get my shit together. So I started practicing more on my own, and I like more on the realistic side of things, and like slightly cartoonish. So like realistic proportions.
Portions.
Realistic portions.
Can't eat
Cannibalism.
more than this food. Oh my god.
Cannibalism. Cabana bananalism. Did you see
Oh my god, it's so cute.
5th grade.
I like it.
I'm showing him a draw again challenge I did. I think it's on my Tumblr, and I'll just probably
So she
revlog
drew
it
this
tonight.
like hippie-looking lady who's laying on a rug in the middle of a field with the moon, and it's good for 5th grade.
It's
Like I
decent
didn't
for
even
5th grade.
I didn't even draw stuff like that in 5th grade, and she redrew it, and
Like 7 years
Oh
later,
my
I
God.
redrew it.
Oh
It
my
looks a lot better. I got a lot
bless.
better at color and shit. And so yeah.
it's impressive.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like clean looking like children's books where it's like very
Yeah.
clear defined cartoon characters?
Like with solid
Solid anatomy.
edges and
Yeah.
stuff like
But
that.
like really like fanciful,
Goofy and fun.
fun colors.
Yeah.
That's my art style. I like clean outlines.
I see this as storybook, yeah. It's really pretty.
Yeah, I like clean outlines, clean proportions, mostly realistic with some cartoonism, I guess.
It's kind of
It's like, think of your typical visual arts major in college and like how they character design. That's what I draw like.
I was gonna say it looks very like Disney influenced.
Yeah, Disney influenced. It looks like a lot of Disney influence.
Like I'm seeing Lilo and Stitch noses, and I'm seeing like
Oh, that's
frozen
just because this
eyeballs.
character's black.
Oh no! I have to remove this part. Dang it! I just thought it was a cute nose.
Well, no. Well, like, I don't know. People of color noses are not like traditional like anime noses where they're like tiny and pointy.
Yeah.
Like Polynesian noses and like Hawaiian noses, like in Lilo and Stitch, they're they're soft and round. And
I like
then-
big noses.
Yeah, I like drawing. Like recently, like in the past year, I've gotten like a lot better at like drawing people of color, which I've always like struggled with because like I don't
You
know.
grow up in a certain area,
Yeah,
you
like,
only see like
no,
Hispanic
like,
or white people.
I don't know. Like most of the drawing tutorials I ever were exposed to were like in books and on YouTube, and most of them were like how to draw like white anime characters. And so like
Yeah, very true.
when I was just mimicking stuff for like years of my life, I was just mimicking how to draw white people. And so like junior year, I started it, and I was like, hey, I need to draw like not white people. And now I'm like, actually, I like what my style looks like now.
A person of color character, especially a darker one, is much more fun to work with because a lot of lighter colors look better on them, in my opinion.
I don't know.
I feel like darker colors work with lighter people, and lighter colors work with darker people, and it's nice.
I don't know. I feel like my range of being able to express like ethnicities and like race have expanded like considerably since I started drawing my own shit.
Right.
And so like, I don't know. So yeah, my style looks really Disney. Like, yeah, Lilo and Stitch. The aesthetic style of Lilo and Stitch
Is
my style right now. That's
I was
what my
about to
style
say. I
mostly
think
looks like.
Lilo and Stitch is like where you
That actually
go.
best explains because like their proportions were realistic. They weren't like stick skinny Disney princess people.
Mm-hmm.
They were realistically proportioned people. Like, I completely forgot Lilo's older sister's
Nani.
name. Nani.
Nani?
I wish I knew that.
What?
Well, like, no, I thought of something and I was like, I don't know, like, how to actually say it, but,
Oh.
like, that meme.
Oh
where-
my god. Moshinderu. You're already dead.
Yeah, well, I like how Nani's legs were, like, thick.
Yeah, she was such a well-proportioned... Like, she was
Yes.
a human character,
She
not
was
like...
human.
Not like Frozen.
Human? Yeah.
Big old twig people.
Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, that's what my art style looks like.
I like it.
Thank
I
you.
very much do enjoy it. I guess mine is like more akin to like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends or I guess Gumball. I do like crazy round super animated characters that can be all weird and not realistic. That's kind of like my go-to thing, and it's good to have different styles between artists. That way you can like just see what you're into. You done with Hentai Lady yet?
Nope.
Okay. We're gonna leave
She has
an
to have
awkward
hooded-
pause until...
She has to have hooded eyes. And
Hooded
like,
eyes?
like that tongue sticking out of the mouth thing.
Bleh.
She looks so unhappy.
I'm sad and fed up with life.
She looks like really done with our shit. Like, I can't believe you're making me stand like this. Like, I'm breaking my back standing like this. And I'm like, I'm sorry, honey.
What is this, Love Live? Love Live? Live? How do you say it?
Love.
I just remember seeing a picture of one of the characters floating around and their legs were broken.
Yeah,
Like,
broken.
they drew them so bad.
Shitty hentai lady.
It looks really... it looks American. That's not hentai.
Because, like, the shitty hentai I saw on Tumblr was, like, very, very shitty hentai.
You wanna crucify someone by letting us in on the account name?
No.
I'm just kidding. We don't do
Because I
that.
don't remember account names for fucking shit.
Oh, true.
Do you want to talk about, like, individual projects and shit?
Oh, yeah, okay. I have a lot to talk about, so I'll let Matey
I have a lot to talk about.
do... Well, I mean, we both have a lot to talk about, but
We have time. Okay,
we
I'll
have
start
tons
then.
of time.
Okay, so I'll
What
start.
do we have? We have 347 hours left of recording time.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I.
Okay,
So like at the bottom of
okay.
the computer screen it says like disk space, but like from really far away. Also, I'm blind as shit. So
You
like
read.
I read dick space and it was like dick space remains.
There's no more dick space now. We've used it all.
It's all gone. Oh yeah, we've been recording for like almost 30 minutes. We can talk. We can talk
Yeah,
for a
of
while.
course.
So I have two projects I just kind of wanted to talk about. For those of you who don't know, and I don't know how, but there's this drawing community challenge called Inktober, and you just post an ink drawing for every day of October.
Yeah.
And I'm not following it exactly. I'm 2 days behind. Shoosh. I'm at least attempting it because last year I started and I stopped after 5 days because I was like, actually, fuck this. Senior year was stressful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. College is a lot better. I have more time. Thank God.
Way more time.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like so surprised.
College is honestly so much better than high school.
Bless. The freedom.
Yeah, I have time.
Girls can actually wear what they want.
That's a lie. No, I
That's-
got in trouble for wearing leggings. at
Wait,
work today.
really?
No, at work.
Oh,
At work.
okay.
That's
I was
the thing.
like,
But like, I don't have a dorm, so I can't go and change. I have to wear what I.
yeah, what
And
you
today
were
I
wearing.
woke up and I was like, fuck it, leggings. I'm not gonna wear the same jeans 4 days in a row.
I mean, I would, but that's just me.
Yeah, see, I would too, but like in my mind, I was like, my dignity.
My
I still have
dignity.
I still have a little bit of pride left. It's gonna be gone after next week, but like, anyway, so I'm doing Inktober, and last year I figured out I actually don't have to do the prompt list. Like, whoa, I can
You
just
can
make
just
a,
draw whatever you want. What a
Yeah,
crazy
wow.
concept.
It was a crazy concept, man. So oh, excuse me.
Oh, bless
no, I
you.
have hiccups. Oh no. Anyway, so
It's going to show up great on the recording.
Anyway, yeah, so this year I was like, I'm gonna do a superhero theme because I've been really into like superhero, like old, like golden age comic book superheroes.
Yes.
And I'm like, yes. And so I was like, I'm gonna make a story about a superhero, and she's Hispanic, and I love her. She's really pretty, and like she has some thick thighs, man. Like
Big thighs. Like,
I'm
like
on-
some real honkers. Like some
real
real badonkadonks. Why do we know what that is?
I love that audio.
Like some really big hoobalonky dingy dongos. My favorite. Like number one.
Scum diddly donkus.
Scum diddly donkus.
I need to find that later. That's so funny.
Please.
She got some thick thighs, and like my main problem is that if I'm gonna draw like a girl character, what I usually end up drawing is that like someone I want to be my girlfriend. And so right now at this moment my type is big and strong. A big strong woman.
A big strong lady.
A big strong lady. And I'm like, damn, I'm just honestly too gay for my shit right now. But yeah, she's big and strong. And then I was like, actually, since she can't be my girlfriend, I'm gonna give her a girlfriend. So then for day 2 of Inktober, I gave her a girlfriend, and she's little itty bitty tiny history major, and I love her.
Yeah, she's adorable.
She's
like
super-
she has the cutest curly hair. I love it.
I love her curly hair. Literally the only reason like I gave her like curly hair is because there's a student advisor on campus, and her name. Oh shit! I shouldn't name drop.
No, it's fine. We can remove that.
We're gonna remove that.
You should write the timestamp of that thing.
When was that?
I don't.
29 minutes and 9 seconds.
I guess so. Just remind me. Remove whatever name.
Remove name.
Yeah.
So shit. Okay, no name dropping.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Anyway, she has really pretty like kinky curly hair, and she has it like medium shoulder length, and it's beautiful. And so that's like I kind of modeled her hair after that lady, the student advisor. And so she's tiny and like small, and she likes books. And then I was like, they're so cute and happy. Let's ruin it and give them tragic backstories.
Nice.
So I gave them tragic backstories, and like even then, see, I have this like really like nice penchant for adding fantasy elements to like quote unquote realistic
stories. Yeah. Well, that's fine, man.
Like that's my trope, man. I love like shit like that.
Like were you a big Regular Show fan or what?
I liked Regular Show.
What show would you say influenced that kind of decision? Was there anything that did influence?
No, I just like
decision?
mythology.
Oh, okay.
I like mythology,
Big
and I like
Zeus fan.
I like fantasies and like fantasy style elements, like people with wings actually exist, or like mermaids are still living in the ocean and stuff. And yeah. So I like stuff like that. Anyway, Hispanic superhero girl. We're gonna call her.
Have you not named her?
No.
Just call her Hero for now.
Okay, Hero. She's basically poor Hispanic Batman.
Right. That's right.
She's poor Hispanic Batman. And her past starts out as she dropped out of high school to lead her family's gang to clean up the streets and shit. And so I was thinking that like her gang leader name was like Madre or something, because if Mama asks you, you don't. She doesn't ask twice.
Yeah, it's like
otherwise
what she says
you.
Goes.
Yeah, it's
she
like
gets the chancla.
But instead of getting the chancla, she gets the crowbar.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, Madre doesn't ask twice. And then so she's eventually I haven't decided like what age she gets to, but she's gonna get to a point where she's like, actually, I need an education. And her mom, I think like her mom and her dad is gonna be like, stop. Go get some education. Go get some school.
Oh, they're supportive evil parents.
They're supportive gang parents.
Oh, gang parents.
They're supportive gang parents, and I love them.
Good.
Anyway, so she's like, okay, so she gets a job as a waitress, and like, I think I kind of like decided that like the waitress, like she works in this like old like mom and pop neighborhood that no one fucks with anymore because she's working there. Yeah. And so Perfect. Like the old lady who works there is like, oh, I love you, sweetheart. She's like, oh, thank you. Anyway, so she starts working there, and one like really, really late night, she got called into like the graveyard shift because someone canceled. And so she's serving coffee to this one lady, and she walks up to her and she's like, damn, I'm really gay. Because then pretty little history major is sitting in the corner with like all of her books and shit, and she's like trying to write a paper at 4:00 in the morning like, I want to die. Right. And we've all been there. Yeah. And so then she's like, wow, why is like this like adorable little like small child here? Why is she here? She's too pretty for this neighborhood, right? And so then eventually history major leaves, and like that's around the time when she's getting off her shift. Hero is. And so then Hero goes outside, and like the rival gang is like, hey, hey pretty lady, where you going? And history major's like, leave me alone. Right, like deadpan, right, like don't talk to me. And so then Hero's like, I got you, future wife. What da? And she starts like beating the shit out of the rival gang people, and they're like, oh, we're sorry, and they like leave, right? And so then she's like, hey, are you okay, to history major? And then history major smacks her upside the head and goes, what the hell are you thinking? You could have gotten arrested. And so then she's like basically like whipping her ass into shape, and she goes, you need to stop being a villain. And she's like, you know what? I will listen to my future wife.
I will obey you. I will heart
listen,
and soul.
I will listen to my future wife. And she's like, I mean, I guess. And so then she becomes a superhero, and then they start falling in love or whatever. And so then at one point, I don't know how it's gonna get revealed or whatever, but the reason why there's something like different about like history major girl, and the reason why she doesn't have any family in the town, she just randomly moved there for no reason, is because her family is secretly avians. So she comes from an island where so she comes
bird
people. So she comes from an island where you're born, and then at the age of like, I don't know, like
age whatever.
8 or shit. I don't know. You get wings. Like wings, like your bones for your wings like emerge from your back and it's like bloody and like disgusting and gruesome and gory and like blah. And like so she's like dreading this and she goes, oh god, I don't want to do this, like I don't want to have wings or whatever. And her parents were like authoritarian, like you're gonna have wings because everyone in our family has wings, because if you don't have wings you're shunned.
Right, of course.
And so like the day of her birthday, and she's like I don't want to have wings, and she actually ends up not having wings.
It just doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen. And it's not because that she wished it or whatever. It's just it happened to work out that her brothers and her, like, her brothers got wings, but she never got wings. And so her parents are like, actually, you are now the evil stepchild. You're dead to us. And so, like... The worst. And so, like...
They Cinderella her really hard.
They Cinderella her ass really hard. And her dad is, like, gets, like, I don't know. I was going to make it really, like, sad and tragic or whatever. But, like, they're going to get, like, really, like, ugly and abusive to her.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like... Because, like, the character development, man. You put your characters through shit so they can...
Oh, yeah, so people can love them more.
So that they can develop better.
That, too. But also, I love seeing a character get hurt and then just being like, oh, I identify with you.
Yeah, so, like, they really, like... They're really, really bad to her. And so, because she can't fly, they basically just kind of shun her off to, like, the wingless library, where if you're deemed, like, necessary by this authoritarian society... you get to work in the library. And so they just kind of send her off over there. And she's in the library until she's like 18. So for like 10 years, she's just stuck in the library. And then finally she's like, actually, I've had enough of this shit. I'm leaving. And her dad's like, good, don't ever come back. And so she gets, because she was in the library for basically 10 years, she's really, really smart and she likes books and stuff.
Yeah. And
so that's why she's a history major. So
very cool.
That's character reasoning behind the history major thing.
I like that.
And so, like, I have this thing. That's another thing I drew. The two girlfriends are up on a really high building, and history major's like almost at the edge, and she like looks like she could fly. And so, hero girls have afraid of heights. Like that's my thing for her. She's afraid of heights, and so she's like, I'll be up here just because you're here. And so she's like standing up high, imagining like, you know, what if I actually did have wings? What if I could fly? And so like I don't know. It's kind of like a cute little thing. So I'm gonna keep drawing like their story from there. Yeah,
very nice. Yeah. I was all this was revealed to me like a couple days ago, couple hours ago.
Oh actually. Yeah, it was like yesterday.
And I was absolutely in love with it. I thought the concept was very nice, and that there was enough going on to actually flesh it out. So if you choose to do so, I'd be in full support because it's awesome. My Inktober ventures were not as fruitful as this one over here. Last year, I tried to do a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure drawing every day, and I stopped it for like 12 days because I couldn't draw an army. There's this one like army character. I couldn't draw them at all, so I was like, whatever, I give up. And then this year, I basically I got lazy, and I didn't draw anything anymore. So, yeah. That's my Inktober adventures, much less fruitful than our buddy Matey over here. What are you doing?
I'm drawing a creepy boy.
That's terrible.
A creepy rowdy boy.
Very good rowdy boy. So you did have a couple pieces you wanted to talk about. I don't know if you want to do that first, or would you like a little bit of a break after that?
Yeah, I think like I talked a lot. I talked a lot for a while. At least like 10 minutes.
That's good though. You filled up like a big chunk of space. I like that.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you want to talk about something for a little bit, and then I can talk about something for a little bit.
Yeah, sure, man. All right. Okay. So, story that I keep mentioning. I wanted to start this company of mine that's supposed to support young individual artists by opening it up with a comic book series that I've... So far, they're under the working title of Wick, and it's a series that I'm still writing. I'm still putting ideas together. I've been working on it for about a year now, and it's ultimately a lesson about different things. There's a couple big ideas. One of the big ideas is that you don't have to be big or on top of the world to be important. You don't have to be the strongest to survive. You don't have to be tough. And essentially that the world's not black and white. The world is a big gray ball of you're not sure what this means. And that's fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Inspirational and shit.
The story is horrible. It's absolutely terrible. So
Shit, Corbin.
people in the 21st century on Earth, people die all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
People always die.
High-waisted.
Very good pants. I like them. She's drawing pants. People die a lot. And when people die, sometimes there's things that they didn't get to do in life, things that they really wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they, just die and they don't get to experience these things. However, just one day, haphazardly, an entire alternate, very nice face. I like this. I'm going to take a picture and probably throw it up there because I'm going to upload this. So let's just
you can
take a picture of Hentai
get
Lady.
Hentai Lady in there.
And yes, perfect. Very nice.
My two art styles.
Two different art styles.
It's not my art style.
These are
I
literally
promise, guys.
not her art styles,
I
period.
promise
Both
this
of
is
them.
my art style. This is some shitty sketching.
I'll probably throw up a couple of my little character designs too. I don't know.
Wait.
But so alternate world gets made when just haphazardly one day, right? So people die and their souls leave Earth and they go to this other world and they get reborn into a different thing based on what they didn't get to do in their life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we follow the story of this main character. His name is Wick, and he's a skeleton dude made out of wax, like candle wax. He's born into a village that's all... There's going to be strong thematic themes going on, thematic elements. We have a village that's made entirely or based entirely on a chandlery. So there's big old spooky skeletons. No, there's these big kind of rickety buildings that you'd find like off the side of a street that sells candles. They specialize in candle selling. There's all kinds of intricate windows and ornate like cobblestone pathways and shit like that. And all the characters in the village are based on wax. It's a very populated village, and at first you wonder why, and then it's eventually introduced by one of the mentor-like characters in the story, Slug, that people die usually wanting one of 5 things, mostly. One of those things was a purpose. A lot of people live and then they die without having fulfilled whatever they wanted to fulfill. You know what I mean? Or they feel like they didn't do anything or contribute at all. And the story is about a character that feels that way. They felt like when they were alive, they didn't have any kind of impact or benefit to society, or they didn't do anything. And so a major part of the story focuses on them, and it's them trying to find out why they're here, what their purpose is, what their reason is. And it's going to follow a much bigger, colorful cast halfway through, and it's going to be an action novel with heavy comedic elements and heavy, dark, sad elements. It's strongly influenced by sources like Dark Souls and, like I mentioned previously, Amazing World of Gumball and other bouncy animations. So that's pretty much the long and short of my story. I don't want to give too much away.
Still making it.
Yeah, I'm still making it. I don't even know if any of these concepts that I'm explaining right now are even going to stick, because I've changed it so much. I made it to where
This looks like coffee.
It is.
It's not.
It is coffee. No, I once had a concept where I was going to make the main characters indestructible, which
One Punch Man.
not like that necessarily, but like if they get stomped on or ripped in half, they're fine.
Boink.
Yeah, they're
like
good.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, yeah, like a big old SpongeBob.
A big old SpongeBob.
They can just
Sponge Boy.
back together. They can Sponge Boy back together.
Sponge Boy.
Sponge Boy me Bob. No, that was one concept that I was toying around with, but then I was like, no, because I want it to have some serious moments too, and there's no risk.
Yeah, there's
the main
no risk
characters
involved.
have no and
Other than mental, but even then, it's like
it's hard. It's hard to incorporate that because I don't want to make light of any kind of especially since they're goofy cartoon characters and not real people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
It's a little tough. I'm still working at the kinks, but I am kinks. I'm planning on doing maybe a live stream or two. I've already done a couple concerning my comic and getting feedback off of Instagram. So again, if you follow me at Undead Corpse on Instagram or official.wick, which is probably where I'm going to do the live streams. You can hopefully catch some there. I'll be posting updates there, and you can interact with me and help me write my story.
Alrighty, and here is your daily horoscope.
All right.
What's your
I'm a Pisces, dog.
A Pisces.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm a cutie.
I like yours. So these are shitty Halloween.
Oh.
No. These are spoopy horoscopes and other bad advice.
Spoopy horoscopes.
So for Pisces, some flowers bloom only in winter. Wreath yourself in frost. Breathe mist into the air. They never told you ghosts haunt themselves first.
Ooh.
Infectious, bitch.
Possessive.
I'm a Leo, so I'm gonna tell you mine. Mine's really fucking funny.
All right, what's yours?
Leo. Jump in a pile of leaves. Take a moment to sink under the pile in peace. Sink deeper and darker. Let the ground take you. Make friends there.
Make good bony friends.
Dirty boys. Dirty boys.
Me and my dirty boys. We hang.
So yeah, I guess I could talk about like my shit now.
Yeah. A little bit of the projects that you wanted
of some shit
to speak of.
Okay. Well, so I think we've mentioned like multiple times already, but like we're college kids.
Big old college kids.
Big old college boys.
I'm a big boy. I buy my own dollar ramen.
So one of the ways I'm paying for school right now is I got a scholarship.
Ooh. This is my favorite story.
Yeah, it was an art scholarship. It was great. There was an art teacher who had attended school, or who had taught at the school, and through really like sad circumstances, she ended up passing away. And so by my senior year, there was a art foundation in her name that was offering a scholarship to any senior who would like win like the contest, and you had to submit a piece of art. And so about 3 months prior to the contest, like I was already thinking in my head, I wanted to make a senior project. It wasn't required by the high school we attended.
You just wanted to do something productive in your
I wanted
free time.
to do something for myself, because honestly, my senior year, I took 2 art classes back to back. So for 2 hours every morning, I got to do whatever the hell I wanted.
Yeah.
I was the only one who participated in class, so like I literally got free reign. I could have done whatever the fuck I wanted. It was great. So I was like, I'm gonna make a book. And so in like the first 2 hours of a class, I wrote a story. And I had my English teacher proofread it. Like, it was good. It was Gucci. And so then, like, within, like, that first week, I started gathering materials on how to illustrate this story. I storyboarded it. I planned out the character designs. I planned out, like, their character arcs.
Yeah.
And so by the time I had it all roughly planned out, it was going to be 23 pages long. And so that would mean 46 fucking illustrations.
Yeah.
And, like, you need to keep this in mind. 46 pieces of fucking art. And so like
that's 46 sketches, 46 line arts,
and then 46 like watercolor paintings.
Oh my god.
So think about this. 46 times 3. I can't do that in my head right now. It's like 120 plus
Hey, chill, math major. You're not a math major.
12 plus 9, 129. 129 things to do basically. And then I had to bind the book and make a book cover myself. Anyway, I was just doing this for myself. So I said, it doesn't matter how long I take. Like, I can take 6 fucking months to do this. And then as I finished making the line art for all of the pages, this is 2 months in. This is 2 months till the contest date. My art teacher's like, hey, you should, like, apply for this scholarship. And I was like, yo, I should. And I was like, maybe I'll do one of the paintings I did earlier in the year. And then I thought about it, and I was like, this book could count as a piece of art. And I looked at it, and I was like, bitch, bet.
Yeah, like, the world gave you an opportunity, and you were like,
bet.
Yeah.
And I was like, bet, bitch. And so in 2 fucking months, I finished the book. And, like, I literally waited till the last minute to, like, actually turn it in. Because I had to not only finish the line arts, like, ink everything. And, like, it was India ink that I used, my Pentel Pocket Brush Pen. Right. It was India ink. And so, like, if I erased it too early, it would smudge, and fuck smudging. So I'd had to wait a day for everything to be dry so I could erase it and then paint over it. And so that slowed me down a lot. And so finally at one point, like the weekend before it was due, because it was due on a Tuesday, so Sunday night I'm like in my room mass painting things for like 8 hours straight, and I'm like, I need to get this done. I need to go to college.
I need to make money.
I need money. I'm too broke for this bullshit, man. Oh, honestly, man, this was like if I hadn't gotten this scholarship, I don't think I would have
been here at this moment in time.
At this moment, yeah.
She would be dead. She would be in a big ditch somewhere.
I'd be dead.
Drunk and stabbed.
Bitches get stitches and end up in ditches.
That's
Literally,
you.
that would have been me.
That would have been you.
No, but so the story was about I'm clicking my pen. That's probably really annoying on the audio. I'm so sorry. It's my nervous habit.
I can see the
You can see the audio right now. It's funny. So the story is about these two characters that are lovingly referred to as the deer and the ram.
Very nice.
Very nice. And it was fantasy based, and so it was kind of like an allegory with like a story through animals, but like not really because they're people still.
Right, animals.
Panimals.
Danimals.
Danimals. I'm a big kid now. Why the fuck did that come
That's not Danimals. That's like, what is that?
Band-Aids.
Oh my god.
Is it?
I think, no.
Yeah, it is.
I am stuck on a Band-Aid.
I'm a big kid.
I'm a big kid now.
Yeah, we're gonna go trademark.
I need to look it up. Go ahead and keep talking.
Anyway, so it's about these two characters. One of them is the deer, and he has really like long antlers, and he's really tall and skinny, and he has long pretty hair, and he is my beautiful baby. And
pull-ups.
Diapers.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry for interrupting your deer story.
So this deer, he lives in the forest all alone because he has behavior issues and he doesn't know how to talk to people. And so when the little village like wolf children try to come up to him and be like, "You want to play with us?" He's like, "No, don't talk to me." And
I'm emo sad baby.
No, it's not that he's like emo sad.
No, I know.
I know. He's not emo sad baby.
He's a sweetheart.
He's just
complicated.
He's just like, "I don't want to play right now." And they're like, "You should come play with us." And he goes, "I don't want to play right now." And they're like, "But dear, you should." I don't want to play right now. He just kind of blows up on them. And so then afterwards, he's like, "Why can't I fucking make friends?" He's like, "Why am I such
I'm so likable?"
He's like, "I'm such a horrible person and I can't stop myself." And like he knows that he's being rude, but like it's something he can't stop.
Yeah, like it's just a thing.
It's just how it happens. Like he just he can't stop himself from like exploding on people, and so he has a hard time making friends. And so even now he's like, "I wish I could be like Ram." And then boom, flash cut to the village, and there's this guy named Ram, and he's really cool, and he makes a lot of friends, and he really cares for people. He has a warm personality, and like the old people like him, the kids like him, the parents really like him because they take care of their damn kids when they need a nap.
Everyone loves Ram.
Everyone loves Ram.
Except...
Huh?
Wait, hold up. I thought I was like gonna lead you into something. I thought it was gonna be like everyone loves Ram except for a deer who really likes Ram. Oh, I was gonna say Ram because I thought Ram didn't like.
Oh, okay. I'm not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm explaining the story chronologically.
I thought it was gonna be cool to lead it up like that.
No, it's fine. Anyway, so then Deer goes into like this depressive episode.
right. Deer's in a ditch, sad, crying, stabbed.
Not a depressive episode because he's not like depressed, but he's like
just feeling
anxious, full of anxious feelings, and he's like, insecure. He's insecure, and so because he's insecure, he's anxious about it. And he's like, "I wish I could have friends." And so he kind of just like cries himself to sleep. And because he's like not like a warm person, he's kind of cold and like tsundere. No one in the village likes him. And so then flash cut to Ram, and Ram's in the village like, "Oh man, everything's good." And then it kind of like quote unquote interviews people from the village, and the old lady's like, "Oh man, Ram is such a nice boy, such a sweetie." And then the kids are like, "Hell yeah, we love Ram, holy shit, man." And then this one squirrel dad who has like 4 kids, he's like, "Holy shit, man, I love Ram, he takes care of my kids when I need a fucking nap." And it's like, "Yeah man, we all love Ram." And then Ram's like, "Yeah, this is all pretty good." And then it like slowly fade cuts to him, and he's like on the floor like having like an existential crisis and shit, and he's like, "I can't do this anymore." And,
but the real reason was because he was lonely, right?
Yeah, none of the real reason is just because he was depressed. Basically, Brian was depressed.
Right.
He was like, "I don't know how to tell people that like I'm tired and like I don't have the energy to help them," but like he was caught in like his own trap of, "I'm a nice person, so I'll help you." if like you ask me for it, but like I'll help people too much, and then at the end of the day I don't have enough energy to take care of myself, and so he just gets like depressed.
It's that self-sacrificial
the self-sacrificial lifestyle, and he's kind of stuck, and he doesn't know how to do anything anymore. And because he feels trapped in his own mind, like he doesn't have any friends that he can really talk to, and so he's like really, really depressed, and he's like, ugh. And so finally one day he's had enough, and he leaves. He just like fucking leaves. It doesn't tell anybody where he's going. He just walks into the forest, and like the implication, I guess, is that like he's fucking gone. He's leaving. Mm-hmm. You don't know if he's gonna come back permanently or something. And so he kind of like just leaves. And then as he's walking through the forest, like on this like contemplative journey, he finds Deer, and then Deer is like, excuse you? And so then it kind of like recuts back to them again, like in third person, and it's like, once upon a time there was a deer and a ram. They didn't like each other. And then it just like cuts to like 4 pages of them fucking fist fighting.
Oh, nice.
because then Deer is like, hey bitch, get the fuck off my rock. And then Ram's like, bitch, this is a forest, this is not your rock. And then Deer's like, you wanna go, bitch? And like throws a punch. But here's the thing, Deer is long, skinny boy. Right. Ram is big, strong muscular boy. And so then Ram's like, I've had enough of your shit. Like, this guy just pushed Ram over the edge, and so he like kicks him. And then, like, in the stomach, and, like, Deer falls down. He's like, ah! And then at that moment, Ram is like, oh, I definitely should not have done that. Holy shit, that was really fucked up. And so then Ram's like, oh my god, dude, are you so sorry? Are you sorry?
Are you fucking sorry?
Are you fucking sorry? I did something like that the other day. I tried to say, I have to go do something real fast or do something real quick, and I said I have to go do something real quack. It was bad. Well, anyway, quack. And then so basically Ram's like, oh shit, I am so sorry. And then like, I don't know, man, it's like the male bonding kind of thing where it's like, okay, we got like the anger out, we're really sorry, we definitely shouldn't have done that.
Male bonding, like, you know, just big sexy times, or
no, it wasn't that. No, they were just kind of like, oh man, I really shouldn't have hit you, but like I got my aggression out, I'm really sorry, like that's not okay, I shouldn't have hit you.
Yeah.
And then Deer's like, yeah, I shouldn't have hit you either, man. And they're like, do you want to just talk? And they're like, yeah. And so they're kind of talking it out, and then like the talking it out leads to like bonding that goes through the whole day, because like Ram left at dawn, and then in the evening at sunset they're both kind of like, wow, we actually like share a lot of like similar issues. And they're like, dang, like this is really nice to talk to you. And then they were like, hey, we should go back to the village together. Like, and then Ram's like, yeah, man, I need a fucking roommate. And then Deer's like, hell yeah, man, I'm living out here in the fucking dirt.
I'm a dirty boy.
Y'all fucking forgot about me.
Why am I here again?
Why am I fucking here? And so they go back to the village, and they're like, yeah, man, we can be buds. And then it recuts again. Like, there's 4 different like arcs or like cuts to the story that it restarts every time with once upon a time. And then so like it cuts back to like years in the future, and it's like, once upon a time they were some best friends, and it's like they're best friends now because like they can deal with each other's shit. And so then because of like each other, because Ram is so extroverted, he helps Deer work on his fucking social skills, and so like he can talk to people without screaming at them now. And so because he was like screaming at them, he never showed them like his soft side. And so now all the kids are like, oh, we like Deer. And then like the old granny lady is like, oh, you're such a good boy, you sweetheart. And
good dirty boy.
Good dirty boy. And so then because Ram never really learned how to say fucking no, Deer is like, you need to learn how to like step the fuck up.
So Deer's like the backbone for Ram.
Deer is like his backbone, and also his like backup plan too, because like if Deer's around and he can see that Ram's like gonna get into some shit, like oh yeah, I'll go help you build a fucking bridge at 9:30 at night.
Deer's like, you got something to
Deer's like, we gotta actually
go.
No, he just kind of taps him on the shoulder and he goes, Ram, and just gives him a kind of look, and Ram's like, actually, you're right, I gotta go.
I need to sleep.
I have to take care of myself. And then the people understand, like, oh, okay, like once you explain,
of course you can't help me with everything. I need to do my own work.
They need to do their own goddamn shit. And so they just kind of work with each other. And so then like the kind of like ambiguous ending I had was that it was like
are they
it was like it wasn't really clear if they were just like best friends or if they were kind of like gay about it. And I'm like, I kind of left it really ambiguous. And even then too, I left the gender. Like, I kept using, like, he pronouns because, I don't know. I just used he pronouns.
Yeah.
because like I don't know, they're my fucking characters. I can refer to them how I want, man.
Exactly.
But in the actual story, I left all the pronouns as they, like genderless, and then I left the ending ambiguous to see if they were like, because at the end there was at least 6 pages where they're like lovingly looking each other in the eyes.
That's very
and
true.
then they're like holding hands and leaning on each other, looking at a sunset together, because that's really romantic.
Oh yeah,
and
that, like
shit.
I remember the sunset piece, and I was like, that's super gay.
Yeah, like I left the ending really gay, but like I also like it was ambiguous. You couldn't tell if they were gay or if they were best friends, and I'm like, yeah, best friend can do like gay ass shit like that.
Exactly. I've sucked my homies. Never mind.
Don't do that. No. No. Yeah. Like I don't know. My best friend and I, we do some gay shit sometimes, and it's not like
doesn't mean anything.
That sounds really bad. Like we do. We're platonically close enough that to other
that you
people
can hold
it looks
hands
like we're gay.
and yeah, but
but
you're not
we're not.
actually.
But yeah, so that was my story. And so yeah, anyway, the rest of like the contestants for the art contest kind of put like paintings and like singular pieces of art, and I had to like I showed up and I wrote like on a sign, please pick up and read. And so then people started picking it up and reading the book, and they were all like, oh, holy shit, man, this is really good, you made this. And I was like, yes, thanks.
Yeah, no, I read it and my jaw like dropped, and I like immediately wanted to go and like hug and congratulate Matey and all kinds of things. Oh, and
see, like that day, like
and you broke your
I like almost broke my fucking ankle. So like I was dressed super fucking professionally.
Oh, she was
like,
so like put together and pretty.
I looked like an anchor woman.
Yeah.
I looked real fucking good. And so I hate my school cafeteria so much because they didn't clean the fucking floors, and like
it's just this big wet.
There was this big fucking cherry tomato on the floor that I didn't see, because also the food was really disgusting. So like this cherry tomato was the same color as the brown fucking floor.
And it was also like hard as a rock, yeah.
It was disgusting, and like it was the same color as the floor. I didn't see it walking in my goddamn heels to go like talk to someone. Like I was gonna go talk to like an administrator and like discuss like professional shit I could use later in my work. And so I had a cup of tea in my hand, and I stepped in the tomato and I flipped back, and I got tea all over my dress. I almost broke my goddamn ankle. And so when they announced that who got the scholarship, it was me, by the way, spoiler alert. They were like, can she come up can she come up forward and accept this award? And I had to cry out from behind where all the art was, and I'm like, I'm back here, I broke my ankle.
I can't walk.
I can't walk. And then they're like, oh, okay. So then like the pictures I have of that event is that I'm just sitting in a chair with my ankle propped up with fucking ice on it, and I'm like almost in tears, and I'm like I'm in pain.
You're smiling through it. You're doing it.
Yeah, I'm fine now, but like yeah, that's how I'm going to college. I wrote a story and I want to publish it, but like I was looking back on it the other day, and I'm like, I want to redraw it. Because, again, I did this in 2 months. And it was nice enough for the scholarship, but, like, it wasn't nice enough in my standards to be, like, published. So,
and that's the big artist dilemma. No matter how many times you redraw that thing, you know you're never going to like it perfectly.
Like it enough.
Yeah.
But, like, there were some, like, stupid mistakes in it, though. Like, there's several points where the line art doesn't look right. And, like, now, like, looking back on, like, my proportions then, I'm definitely more improved now, like 6 months later or 4 months later.
I think big hands was the thing that you did. You did big hands too, yeah.
Not like big hands, but like I tried giving like I don't know. The deer had like long-ish hands because he's a long, lanky boy.
That's right.
And because his arms were so thin, his hands look fucking huge.
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it was just
the proportions weren't correct.
Yeah, and you didn't mean to. It's just like you like a certain way.
It was a stylistic choice then. Yeah. That's what I called everything. It's a stylistic choice.
Hey, but it works.
It fucking worked, man. It looked really pretty.
It was super gorgeous. I don't knock it at all. It was awesome.
But yeah, I wanted to actually continue this story. Like, I wanted to have like a series, I guess, of like the shenanigans of other villagers.
Yeah.
And I had like this idea for I guess, do you want me to talk about it now, or I can talk about it next time?
You know what? We recorded for an hour. Build a squid. Make your own squid and set it free. Build your squid. Find your squid. Your squid. It's my favorite post.
I actually hate you so
ever.
Much.
And with that, we at Ink Ocean Captain and
ahoy, matey.
Ahoy, matey.
Was I supposed to have a name? I don't know.
Yeah, we gave you a name.
I have a title?
You have a title.
I thought it was only Captain.
No, it's Captain, and then you're, it was a long time ago. Hold up, we're looking through the messages.
Squibbity squab.
Okay, wait. It was
Okay,
a
so
little
there's
after
the logo.
this.
No, it was before the logo.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, wait.
And you make a one green.
Wait. I Captain.
Landlubber.
Oh yeah, you're landlubber. Okay.
Landlubber.
So with
'Cause
that,
I get motion sickness, man. I have to be a landlubber.
so with that, signing off is your captain.
And your landlubbing little shit.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Just a week of beers for the tears from Lisa Moon. Just a week of beers for the tears. Lisa Moon. Just a week of beers.